You know, the thing is, like, mimi nikitaka kitu mi huiendea. So, I don't know if that ever feels intimidating for other people because I don't look at other, like, if you want something, because for me, like, I even tell my friends, if you want something, just go for it. So mimi, if I want something, I go for it. I mean, if the opportunity is there, I grab it. I go for it. So unless someone akuje aniambie, "Wow, mimi naona ni kama unachukuanga opportunities zote," because obviously then it wouldn't make sense, you know? Yeah. So if I see an opportunity, then I just go for it. And that's just nimezama ndani ya penzi lako baby. Sielewi mbona wanitenda hivi kweli. Nashangaa kipi cha kutatanisha hivi. Umenifanya na kuwa chizi. Chizi, umenifanya na kuwa chizi. Chizi, umenifanya na kuwa chizi. Mara kadhaa umeniumiza, nimekusame, nadhani umebadili unanichezea. Nawaza nini ulichonipa wewe, ukikosea maneno matamu na kurudia bila kufikiria. Now I see you, now I don't. It's like a game of cat and mouse. Mchezo wa pata potea, sitaki mimi. Zama ndani ya penzi lako baby. Sielewi mbona wanitenda hivi kweli. Nashangaa kipi cha kutatanisha hivi. Umenifanya na kuwa chizi. Chizi, umenifanya na kuwa chizi. Chizi, umenifanya na kuwa chizi. Early in the morning, nimerauka shikata mamiera hasipati. Cause I'm having one of those days, no motivation. I'm calculating, I'm contemplating. Kusema kweli siku zingine nashindwa nianze wapi. Cause life can get so tough, but then I remember Mungu anipenda, and He's right by my side. It's gonna be alright. My light will shine so bright. I've come too far to give up now. Thank God for life. Me, I see another day, another year. Don't take it light. Got friends, family, got health, I'm in delight. Look to the sky, I'm here, I'm still alive. I'm still alive. They're looking so fine, and I'm feeling some type of way. And you're treating me right, and I don't wanna ever drift away. Say I got you curious, I want nothing serious. Been there before, and I'm not going back that way. Baby, ebu songea, nitabusu ebu songea. Baby, like Caribbean, nitapase ebu songea. Baby, ebu songea, nitabusu ebu songea. Baby, like Caribbean, nitapase ebu songea. I'm a sucker for love, so please don't hurt me, babe. I'm a sucker for love. If you want me, then you gotta step up your game, baby. I know this is supposed to be casual, but lately I've been feeling so unusual. I don't know if you feel it too. I kinda wanna be with you, I kinda wanna be your boo. When we're together there is chemistry. How did I fall for you so easily? That wasn't the plan. When you're laid up next to me, that's when I realize kuwa na kuhitaji, kuwa na kuhitaji.
Hi, my name is Nana TMQ. TMQ stands for the Melanin Queen. So my official names za ID ni Nancy Saringi Okindo. Please say it right if you're gonna use those names. Please say it right. Please. I'm a singer. I am a model, and I'm also an entrepreneur. I own a clothing line. Let me say a denim line. I started it last year in November. That's when it launched. So it's called Melanated by TMQ, and it's based on my brand Nana TMQ, and it's something that I've been wanting to do for a long time, but because of various factors I launched it last year. Music. So I've always loved singing. I started singing when I was in primary because my mom was in the church choir. So most of the time when she was going for practice, I used to join her and then I would sing with them. And I think that's where I got my interest and my passion for music. And yeah, I moved with it all the way. When I was in high school, I was always going for music festivals, and I was very involved in extracurricular activities in campus. But I didn't really focus on music when I was in campus until I cleared. Mostly in campus, I was in the fashion field. I was modeling. I did a lot of pageants in campus. I was in Daystar University. I went to Daystar University. I cleared in 2016, but all this time in my head I was like, I have to go back to the music because music has always been my first love, always. So I studied public relations, communication in PR. Actually sikuitwa, I more of like applied. I felt like because I'm such an extrovert, I got it from my dad. And I was always like, I just like talking to people and motivating people, and just I'm just a social bird. I'm a social butterfly, sorry. In terms of my personality, I think what the person I've always been is still the person I am, because I have always been an extrovert. I like I think I got this confidence from my dad. This confidence factor. I mean, sometimes, of course, I have moments when I'm nervous. Confidence doesn't mean that you don't get nervous sometimes. But I think I got it from my dad, because nilikuwa namwatch as I was growing up, and he was always every time I'd walk with him, he was always talking to people. He was very social. He was such an extrovert. So alikuwa anaongelesha watu, alikuwa tu na hiyo confidence ya kumotivate. So I think that's just been me since primary and in high school. I would most of the time take leadership roles. I was a prefect in primary school. Yeah. No, not all the way. I think maybe from class 7. And then also in high school until form 3. Yeah. And pia kwa clubs, I would mostly take up a role, maybe like secretary, hivyo. Wasa walikuwa tu wananipick. I think because nilikuwa tu naongea tu, like I really like socializing with people. I'm just that type of person. If I'm in a room and people are quiet, I'd be like, guys, would you like to? Hey, Olerai Primary School, what's up? So I actually went to 2 primary schools when I was in primary. Hapana, sikufanya kitu mbaya. We moved. We used to live in Dagoretti. That's where I was like raised until class 4. So when I was in class 4, that's when we moved to Rongai, and then Ongata Rongai 1 to 5. What's up, y'all? So yeah, tuli move Rongai, and then I had to change schools now. So until class 8, I was in Olerai Primary School, Kotuapo, Rongai, and then I think as a kid you adjust faster than when you're an adult, because I was probably how old? Maybe like 12, not 12. 12 is older. Probably 9. Class 4 nilikuwa how old? Sikumbuki. But you know, I was still in my early years. So I think that transition didn't affect me much. Because after that, most of my life sasa ilikuwa in Rongai. So yeah, and I think I adjusted pretty well. Oh, it is different. Oh my gosh, it is absolutely different. There's so many different things. Buildings, like I think after election violence actually ndio Ongata Rongai ilijaa sasa kabisa. Cause before that I don't remember it looking like what it looks like right now. Right now there's really a lot going on, a lot. Back then not much. Yeah. Well, I would say in my family I'm the last born actually, but 6 of us. We're quite a big family. So there's 6 of us, and I have 3 sisters and 2 brothers. And I would say I am probably the most extroverted. And I definitely got that from my dad. I'm the female version of my late dad. I lost my dad last year, so I would say I took up to him, like mimi ni yeye in the female version. I have always been very passionate, very, I'd say self-driven. Of course, right now I'm more self-driven because I'm more aware. I'm now an adult. But since I was nika mdogo, like when I want something, I just go. Like like everyone in my family knows. Mimi nikitaka kitu, I just go for it kabisa. I give it my everything. I don't like leave things hanging. I just keep pushing and pushing. And I remember even when I started my music, because I had just cleared campus, and I was like, I really wanna, because in my head I was like, when I clear campus I have to go to music school, because obviously my parents would, back then when I was in campus, my parents would not let me join music school at the same time when I was still in campus. So I had, like, after I graduated, I was like, I have to get into this field as soon as. So yeah, I went for my audition, and honestly I don't think there's anyone who could stop me, because actually niliamka tu siku moja and I was like, I had already told everyone I'm going for Sauti Academy auditions. And you know, music, see, not everyone, let's be honest, it's not everyone, especially in our culture, our parents, like, they don't 100% support like the arts. Yeah. So I went, and the first time I failed, I didn't get in. Ilikuwa 2016, nili graduate 2016 June. Sikuingia. They were like, no, you're not ready yet. I was so disappointed. And so I went back home, and my dad was like, you have the shout out Stini D. Stini D alini support. Stini D mali uko. And he still supports me until now. Tulikuwa na Stini, and when I walked out, he was like, usijali. Usilete hizi vitu zikustress. You can still do music without going to music school. And in my head I was just like, no, I want to go to music school. So nilifanyanga walking my way downtown, walking fast paced, Vanessa Carlton. That time it was one of my favorite songs. So nilifanya, and I was probably nervous, and obviously right now my voice has grown, so I mean but yeah, so I didn't get in, but I went back again in 2017. I went for the audition and then they took me. So nilikuwa stubborn na hiyo vision yangu ya music kabisa. Nilikuwa nimesema I have to get into the music industry by force, by fire, with everything, come what may. Music has always been number 1 on my list. Hata nikiwa class 4, 5, 6, if you ask me what do you want to be, I'd probably tell you I want to be a singer or a model. It would be those two. Sikumbuki nikisema hivyo mwalimu akiuliza kwa class. But deep down in my heart, like, even my siblings walikuwa wanajua, because I was ever singing everywhere, kwa bafu, kwa like yani unakumbuka kitambo like my older siblings used to have books they stick nini mangoma zeti ilikuwa inakuja imeandikwa lyrics, so walikuwa wanakata wana stick kwa vitabu. I'd take my sister and my brother's books and naketi kwa radio Kiss, ngoma ikikuja kazi yangu ni kuflip na tafuta lyrics. Yeah, so I think music has always been something I wanted to do. I think I've had like stages because pia coming from a big family, people had different tastes. So when I grew up, I was listening to a lot of my early years kabisa nikiwa mdogo. Before we moved to Rongai, I used to listen to a lot of reggae. My brother is a huge reggae fan. So I listened to a lot of reggae and R&B, a lot of R&B. And then towards class 6, 7, 8 hapo, I listened to a lot of country. My dad used to have this like album. Alikuwa amejaza zile makaseti za kitambo, unazikumbuka zile tudogo? Alikuwa na album ilikuwa imejaa country. So I just one day I took it and I started listening and I loved it. So I used to listen to it all the time. Kina Kenny Rogers au kwa nasikiza. So yeah, I've had phases. Like I've had phases. And then vile nilikuwa high school, I was listening to a lot of rock and pop. I'd say most of my high school was a rock and pop season. So yeah. It was neither supportive, neither non-supportive. First because I don't think walikuwa naona niko serious. Mimi nilikuwa serious mbaya. Like when I was there just singing and listening to music, because I used to play a lot of, I think I play loud music even now as an adult. Nikiwa kwa hao ukisikia tu ngoma loud ujue tu ni mimi niko hapo. So I'd play loud music a lot. Of course my siblings would get pissed off because then I'd play loud music and then sing to it. So that would be a bit annoying. But I don't think wale hiyo nati niko serious, especially when I was in primary, because I used to do that a lot. And yeah, so it was, I wouldn't say it was supportive, but it was also like haikuwa either, because hawakuwa wanaona like ni kitu yenye inaweza kuwa turn out to be serious eventually. But my sister, the one that I follow, because sometimes I would dress up like Rihanna and then nachukua mwiko naanza kuimba ananiambia don't worry, one day. And by the way, even after I started, like when I joined Sauti, she never missed any of my like performances ever. She was always supportive. I know like when we were kids it didn't look serious, but aliona, gosh, she was serious, she's actually taking it up. And my parents are like, haya, kumbe alikuwa serious. And because everyone in my family knows when I want something I go for it, they knew I'm not gonna stop. Walikuwa tu wanajua. So eventually they just started supporting me. And because even my dad never missed any of my Sauti Academy. Hakuwa miss. Niko narudi kwa nyuma nasema Nancy unafanya vituko, lakini bado ikifika concert ako present. He was a very present father. My family is actually very supportive. Imagine they supported me throughout my entire. Yep. Niliinsist kabisa. Nikasema msiponilipia ni sawa, nitafanya scholarship. I'll go again. They will take me and then I'll go again and get a scholarship. So yeah, so my family has been very, very, very like kama si like one backbone ya everything I have done in my life. I was always niongei niko nasikia music fest niko hapo.
Utaje shule
Ai. Nasema science itaningoja tu. Nitarudi nipate hapo. Music festival ikienda ni hivyo. So when I was in class 6, class 7, mostly kika class 8 wanakuanga, oh no, you have to study nini. But I went for every single one. If I had an opportunity, I could ipita. And you know the crazy thing is my parents still supported me. I mean, they would be ish about it, but because I think walikuwa naona I'm such a creative child, they would still let me go. Walikuwa na support because bado nilikuwa naenda unapata na bag. I bag the competition, naenda na kwa number 2. Hakuna time nilienda ati nikafail. Choral nilikuwa naenda, nilienda solo. Solo verses pia nilifanya nikiwa primary. And you know, I was doing okay. Because hakuna time niliwahi fail at level 1. Ungepata maybe nikifika nationals ndo narudi bila yeah. You know, the thing is, like, mimi nikitaka kitu mi huiendea. So I don't know if that ever feels intimidating for other people, because I don't look at other, like, if you want something, because for me, like, I even tell my friends, if you want something, just go for it. So mimi, if I want something, I go for it. I mean, if the opportunity is there, I grab it. I go for it. So unless someone akuje aniambie, "Wow, mimi naona ni kama unachukuanga opportunities zote," because obviously then it wouldn't make sense, you know? Yeah. So if I see an opportunity, then I just go for it. And that's just always been me all the way kutoka primary. Hata mwalimu time alikuwa anakuja class anasema, because alikuwa anakuja ikifika time ya hizo nini, music fest ama drama fest. Kwa anakuja class anasema, "So we have an English, we're going to do these categories." Tunajua kulikuwa na hizo categories za drama na music. So alikuwa anakuja na hiyo paper anasema, "So for English tunafanya hii na hii na hii." I would always be willing, because I think nilikuwa ninaona vision. Kwa nasema, if I don't do this now, then how am I going to build myself so that when I'm older I can be able to do these things. Like, sitakuwa na experience, unajua. So every time nilikuwa napata hiyo opportunity, I would always go for it. So I don't think kuna point ati niliwahi feel ama ati nachukua opportunity ya mtu. Like, I mean, kama mtu amechukua opportunity sini yake, because at the end of the day mwalimu ndiye ana decide. I have to go to music school and improve my vocals. That's something that was always in my mind, because yes, I knew I could sing, and I was singing like in the church choir even when I was young, but I just felt like I was missing some skill, because I would sing, then nasikia watu wengine wakimba niko like, mbona si sound kama udem, hata nijaribu aje. So I knew I had to go somewhere and get help with my vocals. So I would say the talent was there, but it needed a lot of work and a lot of polishing. So I think nilianza kuwa intentional the moment I went for my audition ya Sauti Academy. Hapo ndo intention sasa ilikuwa clear kabisa. I was like, this is it, this is what I want to do. And then vile nilifika, I started from, there was a class called Raw Talent back then in Sauti Academy. So that was the class that I started. So unaanza na Raw Talent, then kulikuwa na first term, second na third term. Other people would start na first term. Ina depend na vile wana decide. Wakiona huyu anahitaji kazi bado, wanakuingiza kwanza Raw Talent 1 term, then sa unaingia first term. So I think when I performed on stage the first time at a Sauti Academy concert, and then someone gave me the video and I watched, I was like, this is it. Hiyo ndo time nilikuwa like, I'm not going back, ni kuenda sasa nayo. I was like, if I was confident enough to stand, because I was always nervous singing even in front of people. Kuna time singeweza kuimba mbele ya mabeshte wangu, but vile niliwatch hiyo video nikaona wow, and like people were applauding and cheering me on. I was like, I'm not, like, this is it, I'm not turning back. There was this guy when I was in campus. Aki nimesahau jina yake. Ilikuwa inaanza na Z. Sijui ni Zola. Aki, I don't remember his name. And he had a beautiful voice. Maze Aki asisikia vibaya, but wherever he is anajijua. Inaanza na Z. Sijui ni Zola ama ni Zoda. Aki, I don't remember his name, his artist's name. No, I don't think he was Kenyan, but he was born in Kenya. I think he was an international student, if I'm not wrong. But he had a beautiful voice. So one time we were just hanging out in campus, and then I heard him sing. Then after that, I was seated, me and my friends were seated next to him and his friends, and then he was singing. And then akasema he has a class at Sauti Academy. So I asked him, you have a class at a music school? And I was like, yeah, so I have to finish my class in the afternoon, and then I rush for the other music class. I was like, where? I think I was in second year. Nikamza where? Akaniambia Sauti Academy. You can check it out online. I was like, okay. So that day when I went home, nikachukua phone, nika Google, nikaona hapo Instagram, and I was so interested. Nikasema I have to go to this school after I finish campus. And then I actually went for a concert nikiwa campus, because nilikuwa najua there's no way my parents are allowing me to to join music school when I'm still in campus. So because I was so interested in music, I went for one of their end term concerts, and then I watched the performances and I loved it. Nikasema nikimaliza hivi campus na kuja auditions, because now nilienda nikauliza, how do you get to join? Watendawili. That time they were kaskazini. That's actually the first time I saw them perform, and I was like, wow, these guys are singing so well. Alafu unajua, because it was new to me, it was the first time I'm like interacting with an audience kama hiyo, the first time naona live concert. For me it was so interesting, yani nilikuwa so invested. Nikadi find out who are these guys, who's this girl who's singing, because they were singing so well, so I was so invested. Njerai, that's the first time I watched Njerai performing. Ni wengi. Wow. That's where I met Ben Soul, that's where I met Had the Band, that's where I met Mathai, Jimmy, Osanjo. Like there are so many artists that I met there. Iani, anaitwa Ayani ama Ian, huyo akina Arosh, all these people, I met them there. Waxy helped me. She was my teacher in Raw Talent. She was the first mentor that I had, like musically, vocally. But then my vocals have grown in the last couple of years. They have grown like tremendously. For me, when I was in Sauti, you know, something I've realized about vocals, like you have to keep training and it's crazy how people think when you're talented you can just sing. Aki watu huku nje wajuangi. People train vocals every single day. It doesn't matter who you are, how you can sing, what type of voice you have. It's just like any other skill. You really have to put in a lot of work to kuimba tu vizuri, usound tu poa. Ina take a lot of effort and a lot of work. You have to be very intentional about it. So for me, that 1 year that I was in Sauti, my voice grew. It grew, like ninge feel difference. I think hapo ndo nili realize, because hata mimi sikuwa believer wa sasa ati niki practice voice sasa itakuwa ati way better. But that 1 year made me believe that you can actually train your vocals and you can actually tell the difference after training. So let me just say that 1 year ilinifanya nika realize I can train my vocals and I can sound better. I sound better than I sounded before. So when I cleared, I joined the Conservatoire of Music to do more vocals. In Conservatoire, I had a one-on-one class with my mentor. In Sauti Academy, we used to do group classes and then one class midweek with our mentor. So yo one-on-one yenye nilifanya na Mr. Mukoto was at Conservatoire. Because you know, now I went in there knowing if I go for this class, I'm definitely, like, vocals zangu zita grow for sure. Like at your time nilikuwa already convinced, because nilikuwa nimemaliza Sauti. So I was convinced that if I just keep on training my vocals, then I'll keep sounding better and better as I go. So that's why I cleared. I got my certificate, and then now I joined the Kenya Conservatoire of Music. Yeah, I think I was there for probably almost a year until COVID happened, and then classes ikafriziwa. So unfortunately after that I've never gone back. So for them it's more, they rate their classes na international. There's an international standard fulani ya music. BRSM. BRSM is the international standard ya hizo classes za music. So mimi hata intention yangu iko ati nimalize ABRSM, because ABRSM is very intense. Like maybe if you want to be a tutor eventually, or you want to be like an expert. I mean, of course I want to be an expert, but but for me, focus yangu always as a singer has always been my vocals. Like, that's been my main focus. That's my instrument. Cause, you know, to be honest, I have tried instruments. I have a guitar in the house. I mean, I can play basic chords on guitar and piano. But mimi kwa akili yangu nakuanga tu like, there's just a way that I want to sound in my head. And if I don't get that, even when I'm playing an instrument, I still don't feel satisfied. And I know it's important. Sisemi, please, artists. It's very important to know how to play an instrument. And I know the importance. But for me, personally, in my head, kuna vile tu mi utaka kusound as an artist. Na bado sijafika hapo. So I feel like, you know, you also pay for classes, yeah? If I'm ever investing in my music, I'm still gonna invest on my vocals. Hata sahi nikirudi shule, narudi bado kufanya vocals, sio instrument. Like, hiyo ndio inakuanga tu main focus yangu. Eventually I'd like to know how to play an instrument, but I think I am probably so obsessed with my vocals, with sounding a way that in my head I want to sound a certain way, that I feel like even if I'm investing musically, I'm always going to invest in my vocals until I feel like I'm at a place where I'm now, okay, I'm almost there. Ndio sasa nita focus kwa other aspects za music. Boy, you got me feeling so good. Boy, you got me feeling so good. Tangu nilipokuona, knew you are the one for me. Ni wewe, nimechagua. Ni wewe, nimependa. Got me thinking about you from morning till evening. Just the way you smile, you got me singing. Ni wewe, nimechagua. Ni wewe, nimependa. Moyo wangu waridhika nikiwa nawe. Nafsi yangu yatulia nikiwa nawe. Moyo wangu waridhika nikiwa nawe. Nishikilie, siniachilie. Boy, you got me tripping so hard. Boy, you got me tripping so hard. Seems like I'm on cloud nine whenever you're around. Ni wewe, nimechagua. Ni wewe, nimependa. Got me thinking about you from morning till evening. Just the way you smile, you got me singing. Ni wewe, nimechagua. Ni wewe, nimependa. Moyo wangu waridhika nikiwa nawe. Nafsi yangu yatulia nikiwa nawe. Moyo wangu waridhika nikiwa nawe. Nishikilie, siniachilie. nimekuchagua ni wewe, nimependa, moyo wangu waridhika nikiwa nawe, nafsi yangu yatulia nikiwa nawe, moyo wangu waridhika nikiwa nawe, nishikilie, siniachilie.